Everyone. In my quick recap series, I have picked isomorphic strings problem. This belongs to top most important questions and it is in top most 150 important questions only. So let's first understand what this problem says. This says that we will be given two strings and whether we have to check whether these are isomorphic or not. First, understand what isomorphic is. Isomorphic means it is a very simple thing that we will be given two strings and we have to check whether they follow a similar pattern or not. It means that there is a pattern and there is a mapping. Pattern means that if there is, you see there is one letter and then there is a repetition of same letter two times. So here E is being mapped to A and G is being mapped to D. So repetitive, like D is getting since D is mapped to D, so D is also going to get repeated at two times. So this is a pattern, this is a mapping. So E is mapped to A, G is mapped to D. And let's see when this is when this becomes false. So F is mapped to B and now O is mapped to A, but when O is mapped to A, so in the second occurrence as well O should be mapped to A only. So this should be BAA rather than for this to be an isomorphic. Now let's approach to the solution. So the solution is going to be clear. This is like we have talked about mapping, so map is certainly going to come, and you see that obviously there is one map which is going to map letters from one string to another, but we also have to make sure that the way in other string, if something is mapped to, like here A is mapped to O, then R should also be mapped to, like A is mapped to O. It's then at any time R cannot be mapped to O because the mapping is already done. Like A is already a pair of O, so nothing from T can map to O. So the mapping is from both ends. Like one string can only map to one string. The mapping cannot be two at from any end. So to make sure, we have to take two strings. And so here we have taken two strings, and whatever I have talked about, we will check whether if there is a mapping or not. So if the mapping is not there, then we will add to the map and see this is going to be correct mapping. S of I is going to map T of I, and for the same T of I, the S of I should be there. So mapping has to be like me in a pair manner. And if the pair is not correct, then it is not isomorphic string. And at any point, if we haven't found any string which is false or which is not which it does not follow the pattern of isomorphic, then it's true. And the time complexity is going to be big of, and space complexity is also going to be big of. And since the problem, if for more understanding, you can follow the whole video of the channel